you guys got traded to the Warriors. You and Jack.
Golden State. Yep.
Golden State. You're making a run now. How do you feel going to Golden State Warriors there? Because you were only there for what, a year?
2 years. 2 years too. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? We obviously we made history. You know, obviously being, one of the only 8 seeds to be the 1 seed. Especially, the way Dallas was playing that year. Derek won MVP.
Right.
Like, they were supposed to win the West. Like, that's how they was rolling like that.
Right.
But we was able to upset them. Obviously, that gave us a lot of confidence. The next year we come back. I felt like we was rolling. We won 46 games that year, missed the playoffs by 1 game. We had, like, one experiment during that season. We had brought Chris Webber in for no reason.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just brought him in, and we lost, like, 5 games in a row with him.
Yeah.
Maybe he played 9 games total, and then he quit.
That was supposed to be the veteran for the guys.
Not even that, but I felt like that had something that was bigger than us as the players. I mean, that was something between him and Don Nelson, like kind of a let's make up and be friends kind of thing. Is how we took it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because literally we came into practice, signed him out of nowhere, and Nelly comes in and tells Barron that we running the offense through Chris. And we like, Chris can't even move.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how we gonna run it through Chris? Obviously Chris, he's the homie and was obviously a great player.
Right,
but he wasn't great then.
Right.
It was over for him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, sometimes you gotta just keep it real. But we ended up missing the playoffs by 1 game, and we lost 5 games in a row after All-Star break, bringing him on. You know what I'm saying? So that was the difference in us making the playoffs or not.
Wow.
And, from there, everything kind of got sour. You know what I'm saying? Barron ends up leaving, going to the Clippers.
Right.
Me and Don Nelson had a relationship that I felt like it couldn't be repaired at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I left.
You went to the Knicks.
I went to the Knicks, yeah.
Now you're in the Knicks. Now it's like, okay, you're back on East Coast, back home, basically, right? Did you grow up watching the Knicks?
I was a Knicks fan.
You're a Knicks fan. So how did you feel like playing for the Knicks now?
It was a dream come true, you know what I'm saying, playing in the Garden. The Garden was always, when I was in high school, I played 3 games in the Garden. You know what I'm saying, that Super 6 shootout back in the day. And every time you play in the Garden, it's just something about that Garden, bro, them lights. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was a blessing and an honor. I feel like I never really had a bad game at home, just because, it always brought the best out of me being able to play in the Garden. But, once again, I didn't have a lot of success from the wins and losses.
Right, but you personally was putting up the numbers, so was that like frustrating to you? Like,
It's very frustrating because you don't get props. You don't get props. Once again, like I was telling you about how, even with high school kids, it's like being the best player on a bad team. It's like all people say is, oh, look, he's just doing it because there's nobody else there type thing. You know what I'm saying? So you never really get a lot of credit for the things that you're doing.
Because it's like you're supposed to do that because you're on
it's like nobody else did. You got to take it to shots. Somebody got to get
Somebody got to do it. You're supposed to do it.
Exactly.
You're number 1 player. You're supposed to be the best player on that, right?
So that's how that worked. And, it was just 2 short years here. Like, I really wanted to play here, but even me and Mike and Tony didn't really see eye to eye on some things or whatever. And it's funny when I say that, like, I was never an issue where, like, we argued or I was disruptive to the team.
Right.
It was just sometimes philosophies didn't mix, and, I would ask, like, what can I do better? What can I, and just never got nothing back. What I'm saying? So that just let me know my time was up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Being here in New York, you were actually, you got into the hip-hop world because you were running with the Terror Squad, right? So I want to bring something up to you, Fat Joe. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if I brought this up to you before, too. I saw you in the club, and I asked you for an interview, but this was when Fat Joe and 50 was going at it. And he was like, nah, Terror Squad. You remember that?
What you had on 50 shit?
Yeah, I was G-Unit. I wanted you to come on G-Unit Radio.
I'm loyal, bro.
You were loyal.
Yeah,
hey, I was like, all right, bro, whatever. It was the same night I asked Brandon Jennings, and he just whipped out the Black Wall Street chain on me.
Right.
I was like, yo, what's going on, man? Nobody was messing with G-Unit. If you weren't G-Unit, you just wasn't messing because we were, Tim Thomas was cool with us, but everybody else wasn't. It was like, so I remember you saying, I'm Terror Squad.
Right.
Now that the beef is over, now we here, like, I could get an interview from Al.
Yep, I do. I kick it with G-Unit now.
Okay, so now you left there and you went to Denver, right?
Went to Denver. Kenyon Martin was hurt, so they pretty much signed me as insurance till Kmart got back, was for the most part. He had just had microfracture surgery, so, but it was funny, when I got there, I had plantar fasciitis real bad, so it was like they signed damaged goods a little bit, but had a solid year that year. Shot all threes. You know, I didn't get no twos. You know, all I did, and you know, it's funny because George Carl didn't believe in posting up and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So,
He was more like running and shoot.
yeah,
right?
just run, shoot. You know, his thing is threes and layups, no in between game, which was the reason why him and Melo never got along.
Right,
Melo
right.
was an in between the game, you know, between the 3-point line and the basket
Right,
killer.
right.
You know what I
But
mean?
it's funny to how see Melo just uses three now even more now. Like
That's the
especially once you
game.
get to
Everybody,
Knicks, right?
everybody plays like that. Nobody plays inside out. Just
Right.
think about it. What team can you remember that goes in? I mean, the Lakers do it a little bit because of Anthony Davis,
right, right.
And because
Nobody's doing that.
LeBron, I think LeBron is more one spearheading that than anybody, right? Because he coaches the teams a lot of time. But other than that, there's no teams that throw it down low and let somebody work. You know what I'm saying? So the game has changed, and that's why Melo was playing like that. And everybody got to play like that. You know, I think that my second year in Golden State, I shot more threes than twos.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then after that, it just kind of continued on from there.